I wouldn't say it affected us. I guess they try to play a little over the top. That's all we seen. We seen some extra defenses. That was pretty much it though. So a little extra over the top.
All right. Next question will be from John Zenor. John?
Jameson, when you were talking to Alabama and looking for a new school, what was their big selling point to that you play there to go there?
That I would be an excellent add-on to the offense. And as the season went on, we kind of all seen that how I was using the offense and everything complimented me, complimented other receivers. So we just all came together and we had a great offense this year.
Okay. Next will be Charlie Potter. Charlie?
All right, we'll go next to Charlie Potter.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jameson. I know we've asked you a lot about celebrations this year, but I don't know if you've seen other student athletes around campus or guys in the NFL doing the crane kick, and now on Twitter, people are starting to put emojis in their usernames. Just what has that kind of craze meant to you as a guy that's kind of been the leader of that?
It's exciting seeing that. I like seeing it every time. I just went on there earlier and seen that. Well, I was like, "What's this?" But it's just exciting seeing things like that. Showing how the Alabama family is behind you and how we are together and everything. It's just exciting seeing things like that.
The next question will be from Dan Hope. Dan?
Hey, Jameson, I wanted to ask you about, I know you've gotten a lot of support from guys like Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson back at Ohio State. I know Chris was at the SC championship game. I've seen, Brian Hartline continue to tweet supportive things about you. Just what's that been like for you to continue to get that support from those guys you played with at Ohio State?
It's great getting love from my brothers. I talk to those guys almost every day. Chris, Garrett, Jackson. I talk to those guys every day. So ever since I left, we've been a stronger relationship. Even though we had a strong when I was there, we just keep in touch every day, call or text each other, see how it's going. It's great though, having that relationship with those guys because we're not together we're not with each other every day anymore. So it's great keeping that relationship.
All right. The next question comes from Michael Casagrande. Michael, you're up next.
Yeah, you said that you saw maybe more over the top coverage from Georgia in that second half. What does that affect you? How does that change anything the way you do, or what does that mean for your style of play with your speed?
I don't think it affects us anyways. I feel like we will have plans to get around it, but it's something that we just have to work on this week in practice and game plan for this week. Hopefully we get to the game Monday and everything works out well.
Next will be Michael DeCourcy. Michael?
Jameson, can you describe what your experience was like at Ohio State that led you to decide that it was time to find a new place?
The experience, everything went well. I just felt like it was time for me to make a decision for myself, and I entered the portal and just ended up being at Alabama and things went well.
Next will be Haley Sutton. Haley, you're up.
Hey, Jameson. Obviously, I know with you guys, it's very consistent when it comes to how you prep for each and every game, but what are some of the challenges that you face whenever you're having a rematch with a rival like Georgia?
It's going to be a very good challenge. I'm pretty sure all those guys are going to come twice as hard as the first game. We have to play a lot better than the first game, a lot better than the last game. We have to go out and play our best football this game. So I'm looking forward to a great game, national championship. I'm looking for everybody to bring their best. We just play great football. Hopefully we come out on top.
Next question will be from Zachary Powell. Zachary?
Hey, Jameson, can you describe the process of transferring schools, and can you describe what advice you can give to maybe some younger kids looking up to you that would that would need some advice maybe if they're wanting to transfer schools and maybe end up successful as you are?
I'm kind of here to talk about the championship game. Can we stay off the focus of the transfer portal, please?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Certainly. The next question will be from Chris Lowe. Chris, you're up.
Hey, Jameson, how do you think the fact that you're playing these guys a second time in a month will impact both teams? Does it impact one team more so than it does the other?
I wouldn't say, because I feel like it's a lot of pressure on both teams. It's a lot of pressure on those guys to get the W, and it's a lot of pressure on us to beat the team 2 times. So I feel like we both have real good mindsets coming into this game. And I'm looking forward to a great game Monday with the intensity, the build up, and everything that's being said and going on.
All right. The next question comes from Holly Rowe. Holly?
Hey, Jameson, Coach O'Brien was saying what really makes you stand out is that you're super competitive, like in practice, every moment. Can you take me back to when you first realized you were competitive and why you care? Where does that come from?
I would say it's just the way I was raised. Me and my dad and my brothers, we competed with everything we did. Even my sister competed with us. So we always wanted to be first one up the steps, first one in the workout. And as we started playing sports, we just branched off into our different age groups, but we always still wanted to be first. We just had that mentality to be first. So I guess my competitiveness was built as a kid, and it just came with me all the way to this day.
All right. Next will be Carrie Osip. Carrie, you're up.
Hey, Jameson, thanks for taking the time. So we've talked a lot about the challenges of this rematch, but what possibly is the benefit? Because obviously we're looking at the conference championship. You guys have so much extra time to prepare. This is a much tighter window getting ready for this national championship. But where do you see some benefit of getting a team that you're used to?
I can't hear the question. Could you repeat that, please?
Of course, yeah. I'm in headphones, but you got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the challenges of facing a team again, the same team in the national championship that you saw in the SEC championship, but what may be some of those benefits of facing a team, especially with the short window of time to prepare for such a big game?
The benefit could be like we've seen these guys before. We just have to prepare for the little wrinkles and the corrections they made, and we could just play great football off of them.
All right. And the next question is from Charlie Potter. Charlie, you're up.
Yeah, hey Jameson, just how have you seen Ja'Cory Brooks kind of step up with Mechie being out? How has he kind of taken on a larger role and really embraced
I would say Ja'Cory, he stepped up before Mechie went out. You see in the Auburn game, when I couldn't play, he stepped up. He made a big play. He had a real big play then. And then the SEC championship, Mechie went out. He played real good ball in the SEC championship. Last game, he made a big play, scored a touchdown. I would say Ja'Cory, he's doing excellent right now. He's a real good ball player, and it's very much. I think you guys are going to see very much more from him in his coming days.
All right. The next question is from Chip Towers. Chip, you're up.
Yeah. Hey, Jameson, good to see you. Just you're somewhat new to the Georgia-Alabama thing, but I think this is the 5th time they've played in the last few years. Alabama's kind of owned it to this point, but what have you learned kind of about the whole Georgia-Alabama thing? Do you appreciate it maybe more now than when you first showed up?
I would say it's a couple games like this that we treat this way. Now that me being here a full year, we treat a couple games like this, but we all have the same mentality for every game. We just want to go out, dominate, and do our job, get the job done, really.
All right. The next question is from Dan Hope. Dan?
Hey, James, I just wanted to follow up when you were at Ohio State, what were the biggest things that you feel like you learned from Brian Hartline there? And then what do you feel like are the biggest things you've learned, since moving on to Alabama that have made you an even better player?
Moving to Alabama, I would say I learned to always go hard, even harder than what I went. I'm a real good competitor, but being around guys like this and guys like on the team, on the defense, or forcing me to bring out way more than I ever had with these practices and how things go. So I would say I learned to go way harder than I ever did really coming to Alabama.
All right. And our final question comes from Christopher Heidel. Christopher, you're up.
Hey, Jameson, thanks for taking my question today. Congratulations on making on the championship game on Monday. Talk about your relationship with your quarterback. You won a Heisman Trophy. What do you guys work on to make yourself better in each and every game?
We kind of go through practice and we work on a lot of timing on routes, how this route is going to be seen through this defense, the steps on this route, when to look on this route, the leverage, how to do a lot of things. So me and Bryce, we have a strong relationship. It's kind of been like that since the summer when I came in. We started working together. So since then we built a real strong relationship, and now it's just it's the same. It's just way stronger than it was because we just day by day we get closer together and everything. So I would say we have a pretty strong relationship.
Jameson, we thank you for your time here this afternoon and look forward to seeing you in Indianapolis.
Thank you.